Welcome back to another episode of Failure at its Finest Hour. Episode 18 of 20. We are stopping at 20. No, I'm just kidding.
This is
But
I don't even know we got to do something big for 25, dude.
Yeah.
Or 21. What 21 when our podcast is old enough to drink?
There we go. That's it. Now that we have video, we can do we can get just sloshed on the 21st one on a 21st birthday.
We'll
But it
house
is
house tours.
Oh my god, that'd be funny.
Fridge tours.
But it is Aaron and I again this week. Unfortunately, again, our schedules are just not aligning. I had to leave town again this weekend, and I was gone pretty much all weekend from Thursday until Sunday. Had that funeral up in Houghton, and then came back, had some more troubles, couldn't record on Monday to get it out Tuesday. So here we are on a Thursday. Happy August 25th.
For those of you listeners that are left.
yeah. It's been brutal, but we've talked about it. It's that summer grind of everything else going on. Once the temperature starts to get a little colder, I think it's going to be a lot easier.
People just try and stay outside as much as possible, especially in Michigan this time of year.
Yeah.
Michigan, Wisconsin, it's like, it's coming. You got that first cold day that we talked about, and it's like, it's coming whether we like it or not. So here's to the end of the summer, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
which again, I remember we said last week that maybe this next episode, which would be this one, would be the fall one, but obviously it is going to be delayed again because, we want to have everyone on for that episode because I feel like it's going to be very, very good. A lot of stuff to talk about. Fall is an amazing place where we live, and I'm sure if you live here, you know that. So get into all that great stuff, but it's just going to be delayed again. I'm not going to give a when because who the hell knows what's going to happen next week. But before we get started, I wanted, what were you going to say?
I was gonna roll into the first crack at it here. Christmas in August, dude.
Yeah, I guess. So this is cool because the news is like, this will be very, very relevant tomorrow, or I guess.
And
today,
unless you're living under a friggin' rock, and you don't know about our podcast, has brought Christmas to August for a lot of people.
Can you run that back? Hold on, before you say it. I am not screwing with you this time. You cut out for like 5 seconds there.
So, Smokin Joe Biden has brought Christmas to August in the form of $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness for the borrowers who need it the most. And there's going to be a lot of angles on this. I know probably a lot of our listeners are maybe on the other end of the old political spectrum, but this is the first time anything like this has ever happened, and I'm sure Joe is looking for some votes here. So we try to keep it non-political on the podcast, but this is just too good not to at least graze over the top.
Yeah, definitely, especially when it affects both of us. Those other fucks, they don't care because they got getting college for free and stuff from the army. But for us, it matters, and I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to say no, because I understand that people that have already paid off their student loans and the people that have paid off a very, very large amount of money are probably upset. And I would be too. So I can't put myself in other people's shoes. All I know is that I definitely appreciate what's happening, and I'm not going to argue with it. Again, I will accept it and move on, but I can understand if people are upset.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, I know Dallas Aho is he's probably online buying a bunch of Joe Biden gear right now. Because I think the whole college system, Dallas hates more than anybody else in the world.
It's the biggest scam in the history of anything.
So, but yeah, all that to say, I mean, this is kind of wild. And I know it was kind of a big thing that he tried to get the young vote, and which he successfully did. Especially the stay-at-home vote, the whole mail-in ballot thing. Who knows if that'll ever happen again? But yeah, I guess it's the pause on federal student loan repayment is going to be extended one final time through December 31st, And then there's some other numbers in here, details which we probably won't get to, but it's happening, I guess. And I don't know who else needs to sign off on it, but it sounds like he's pushing it through for real before he gets the boot.
And I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt, because I still have not received my 2020 tax returns.
Oh,
so who knows when this is gonna happen and when it actually hits your student loan bank account or your So I mean, again, we got to take it with a grain of salt, because who knows when this is going to happen. Because I'm sure, I mean, if you got to think about it, there's what, trillions of dollars. It's like 4 trillion, the student loan debt. So it's like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of people. So they got
numbers between 1.3 trillion and 5 million. And it just, that sheer amount of money with all the people that go to college, it makes me wonder, why didn't we just build a college on the fucking moon? Like, if it's that much money that is bound up in student loan debt, why is college not better? Why do you go to the freaking CMU dining hall and see a bathtub of French fries? Like, why is that? Like, we should be eating astronaut food at college. Like, not to mention your brother had his first year at state, and was his first 2 years or first year?
First year. The COVID year.
He couldn't even step foot on campus, paying all this money for the workout room and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
didn't see any of that, And I know your parents had a blast of a time with that. Huge was about ready to walk up there with his torch and pitchfork, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Now my question too with it, and I'm obviously we're not going to have the answer, but it's just a question. But the people that are like enrolling in college this year that maybe don't have that much yet, but will eventually have that much, like, is that going to be, or is it just for the people that have that amount right now?
Yeah, I don't know. And Biden announced a student loan relief for borrowers who need it most, released today. And it's a pretty lengthy, I can scroll 6 or 7 times before I get to the bottom. But yeah, there's a couple different tiers. It looks like $10,000 of forgiveness for people who make less than 125 grand, the like household income. And then there's like a Pell Grant thing, which if you receive a Pell Grant, and I think I did in college for a little bit, but I don't make 125 grand a year. So, but yeah, I'm just trying to see like, it's got all these stats on race equality and like age groups and all this stuff, but it sounds like it's just going to be this one-time thing, which I mean, like you said, a lot of people are pissed. A lot of people that scraped together, they sold off family heirlooms to pay for their kids' college, to not have any debt, and now Uncle Joe's handing out a big fat stimulus for college students.
So Christmas in August. I said, I'm not gonna, if you don't like it, I really don't care, because I'm still gonna be getting that money hopefully in the near future. But I could totally understand why you'd be pissed, because
100%.
Yeah, like imagine if you just paid it off too. Like someone's just been grinding for like the last 5 years, 10 years to pay it off, and this happens. Like, oh, you're cutting out. You're sounding like Wally. That is so funny. You're so you're frozen. Oh, are you back? Yeah, can you talk?
I can see you clearly.
Uh-oh. You're still
Luckily,
Wally.
Let me joke on the wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, you can hear me though?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Oh, now you're clear there. So before we dive into some more shit here that's happened this week. So I went to Houghton this past weekend, and a few different reasons, but Saturday there was a wedding reception that I was not invited to, nor was Kyle. Kyle was with me. We're gonna come back. This is another segment called Carts and I's Degeneracy, We're going to keep it rolling since last week you kind of got a little taste. We're going to continue with that. So if no one knows what redneck Keno is, I think we maybe have talked about it before. I'm not sure. I know we've said the words, but I don't think we've explained it.
Yeah,
I think
it was
did.
last episode.
Was it
yeah,
last episode? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, if you're just picking this up and didn't listen to last episode, just quickly, you go to a bar, they have the Keno TVs, right? Easy. Okay. You don't actually play Keno. You don't fill out a slip, give it to the bartender. You get up, 4 or 5 people in a group, and you put $1 in the pot and you pick a number, just one number. Okay. There's always somebody that, we call them the bookie. The bookie, rounds it up on the phone app, puts their name, the number, and we sit and we watch the screen. And if your number gets hit, you win the pot. But if you if somebody else gets the number, whoever got the number first will get, 60-40, 70-30. And if you have a lot of people, then you just divvy it up. Winner always gets a little more. So maybe if there's 15, 20 people, winner gets like 4 and the rest get 2 or something, So we go to this wedding reception because we had buddies that were there that had got invited, and it was in South Range. So we didn't necessarily have to have the nicest clothes on. And so Kyle and I just showed up, just sweatshirts, shorts, just tennis shoes. And we walked in, and I'm not going to describe the people I saw. There were some people that were dressed very, very nicely. But there were some people that looked like us. So we're like, all right, we fit right in, and sign right on the front door. No one, we're not serving the public tonight. So I knew they were there for the wedding, but I knew the person. Kyle didn't. I knew the person, but I wasn't invited. He didn't care. Like, he saw us. Oh, actually, he saw Kyle later in the night and was like, "Who are you?" And Kyle looks at him and goes, "Who are you?" And the dude just laughs and he just laughed and walked away. So we're at this wedding reception, and there's a bar, and then there's a huge wall, and then the wedding is going on the other side. So we're at the bar with our friends that we know, and we're sitting there, and Kyle was like, "Redneck Keno?" It was just like the 4 of us, and we were
at
just
a wedding reception.
Yeah. So we're just like, yeah, fuck it, let's play. So we're playing, there's 4 of us. All of a sudden, one of our buddies walks in. "Oh, Redneck Keno," throws $1 on the table. And so it gets to like 5 or 6 people. Then all of a sudden, people from the wedding that we didn't know were like, "What are you guys playing?"
No.
And so like a couple more people who we didn't know threw $1 on the table. And then there was like 7, 8 of us. And then people just started rolling, dude. We had, I think Kyle messaged me, we had 17 people playing Redneck Keno. And
at somebody else's wedding reception that you weren't invited to.
Yes. The parents of the groom came up, and the dad, I'm not kidding, the dad was like, what is this? And we're like, oh shit. But he knows me and like my dad and stuff. But he was like, "What's this?" And his daughter was like, "Oh, it's Redneck Keno. You put $1 on the table, you pick a number. If your number hits, you win the pot. You want to play?" He's like, "No." And like he's like, "No." And like kind of like side looked at the bar. And then like the next round, he was like, "Can I get number 3? Number 3?" He was putting $1 in the pot. It was so funny. But we had,
I cannot believe you reeled these people in.
17 people in this game. It was the most I've ever played, and it was just wild. But it was so funny because I was so cold. I had like 4 or 5 rounds, none of my numbers hit. So I was just sitting there, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I text Molly, I'm like, pick a number. And she's like 41. So I'm like, okay, $1 on 41, 41 hits. So I was like, fuck yeah. But like 2 other people won, so we split. And then I text Molly again. I was like, okay, she could be on a heater. Text her again. She gives me a number. It hits, dude. She hit 4 in a row. But the shittiest thing was that I kept winning with other people. Like there was like 3 or 4 others that were winning. And I wasn't like the first number, so I wasn't getting like more money. So I was only getting like $2 per win, which sucked because like a 4 heater, holy shit, that's good. You can make bank because you only put in $1. Like the odds are incredible. Like you put in $1, you get your number, you get $5, $6, $7. So if you win once, you're going to be good to play for a while.
How many numbers do you pick per dollar? It's $1 a number? Or
nope, you just get one number, $1. but you
Oh,
can
okay.
add up. You can like, if you want to go $2 a ball or $2 a number, you
Yeah.
can do that. But I've never. Well, I shouldn't say this. I'm probably gonna get yelled at. But at the end of the night, we were pretty goosed up, and carts was like $20, one number, and we played. There was like 5 of us that played, so it was $100, and I lost.
Oh, oh.
It was
Oh
so
my
funny
gosh.
though. So yeah, that was like the highlight of that night was just 17 people. We only knew like 5 of them. They're all just like, oh, $1 on 25. Like people just coming out of the pisser, like looking like, what the hell's going on here? And it was so funny because the mom then of the bride, she came in. She was like, everyone needs to go dance. What are you doing? So she was like getting pissed because there was a huge crowd by the Keno machine, and it was electric, dude. It was so fun. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Yeah,
those
that
are
was
great. Those are
I
like great barroom stories that you need to like. I'm glad we have this podcast there just to record them for your own personal history. But
yeah.
like, you should just write a book of these
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
barroom tales, dude.
It
They're
was
the
so
best.
funny. When you don't have football to bet on,
Yeah.
you just got to pick.
Soon.
Yeah, very soon.
We're like literally 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yep.
The 8th is the first game.
Yeah, Rams Bucks? Or no, Rams Bills.
Dude, Bills Mafia's taking on the reigning Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, that's a
game.
fire game for the first one of the year. Holy shit.
Thursday night, dude. Gonna burn down Applebee's that night. I tell you what. Head down to beat up and start throwing beers at the wall.
So we had I was gonna say you're probably gonna bring up the same thing as me. So go ahead.
So I know like nothing about it. I literally just popped an article open on this, and I think we're talking about the mysterious illness killing young dogs in Michigan. And dogs under 2 years old, apparently, at least 30 reported deaths. Where did you hear about this? You just catch it on the news?
I saw it first on Facebook. Someone had posted something on Facebook, and I saw that it said Northern Michigan, but it was a downstate like news source, and so I was like, okay, well, it's not
Otsego County.
It's not the UP, so it's probably Lower Peninsula, Northern Michigan. But yeah, I first saw it and was like, oh, there's been like 5 dogs that have died from the same illness, and I guess they get symptoms pretty much just like any sickness, throwing up, diarrhea, just lack of energy, and then apparently they died like 3 days later. So I saw that and I was like, oh, that's a little weird, only 3 dogs, like how is this even a story? And then yesterday it was like 40 dogs, and I was like, holy shit. And then now I just read, this was 10 hours ago, this person said 60 dogs have died. Some were vaccinated because it's Parvo.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what Parvo is, but I think it's like a it's like a shelter illness, just like let's see, canine parvovirus. Yeah, apparently it's I don't even know what it
says. Highly contagious viral disease of dogs that commonly cause acute gastrointestinal illness in puppies. The disease most often strikes in pups between 6 and 20 weeks old, but older animals are sometimes also affected, because they did say that it was dogs under 2 years old. Yeah,
just the dirty, it's traveled in their feces, and there's a graphic here I'm looking at. Carrier dog excretes the virus in feces. Another dog ingests the virus through oronasal route, which means they either sniff it or eat it, and then it multiplies in the intestines. Dog becomes a parvo carrier, and the cycle continues. They shit it, breathe it in, and oof.
It says, we now know the virus is not limited to dogs, but is capable of causing infections in wild canines, such as coyotes and wolves, and other wild animals, including foxes, raccoons, and skunks. Dude, that's not good.
Yeah, they're really knocking down some of the food chain here, but The article I'm looking at is Otsego County Animal Shelter, which is in your Gaylord, Michigan, and says that it's highly contagious. I don't know if they're getting their information from people that have picked up dogs from the shelter, if it all happened in like a localized shelter. But you got to imagine, I mean, the shelter, they don't have a lot of room to run around. They're got their own little cell. And
yeah, it's definitely spreading. I read, several articles that had like it was spreading south of Otsego. But it's all over the news, like major news, like CNN, New York Times, ABC, CBS, the Weather Channel. I mean, just typing it in on Google, all the Washington Post, like TV6. But there's
it's centered in Michigan. Hey, this is where they're thinking that it
Yeah.
started is in Otsego.
Yep.
Dang.
So hopefully they can. I mean, they were saying don't walk your dogs.
Yeah.
If you can get them vaccinated, because I'm pretty sure, because I was reading that article and it said that some of the dogs that had died were vaccinated, some weren't. So
yeah, and they said it's like Parvo, but it's not. So
right, because they keep saying mysterious or unidentified illness. So that's kind of scary.
I can't help. Man, this is gonna go somewhere. And
I just ordered our dog masks for Kobe.
You beat me to it. I like. Is it so? It's like, is it 6 feet then for dogs? Like if you need to go to like the drive-through, like if you go to like our vet office is going to start having drive-through windows.
Oh my god!
They can get vaccines. I mean, what, like, is there going to be like a are people going to run out and buy as much dog food as they can?
Yeah, honestly, that actually might happen, especially if it makes its way up here in the UP.
This is such a damn. It's such a failed attempt on comedy at my part. It's not even funny. It's like there's a joke hiding in there somewhere that is COVID related.
That's funny. That's so funny. But it's very serious though. I mean, that's pretty scary because that number just keeps climbing. And I said, the article that I read, I wish I could have had it, because now that it's such a huge story, so many like bigger news networks are writing stories about it, and I can't find the one that said it was outside of Otsego now.
Don't you just love it when your state is like makes the news for something that's just like terrible? They're like, oh, don't go get a dog in Michigan. It'll kill the rest of your dogs,
Yeah.
For those of us who have more than one furry friend. Yeah, that's weird. So house cats are fine because it's a canine.
Right. Yep.
It's a canine only kind of thing, which apparently raccoons and skunks fall under. I mean, we could use less skunks, right?
Definitely. I would think so. I had a guy from at work, his dog got sprayed. Yeah. And that fucker just reeked, dude. And he knew it too. Like people were like, he'd walk by and people would be like, oh my God. And he's like, yep. Take it in.
Apparently they're beneficial. Skunks are beneficial to farmers, gardeners, and landowners because they feed on a large number of agriculture and garden pests. And it says they've been historically trapped for their pelts, and this practice continues today. Bullshit. You want a skunk skin hat?
Oh my gosh. It's a great tradable. Tradables there. I get a box of rocks with that.
Couple of coconuts.
So we got some holidays for today. Again, August 25th. Happy Friday, Junior. We were talking about possibly, releasing these starting on Thursdays, just in case we do have any more hiccups. It'd be easier for us to, not have to delay it. So Thursday, if anything happens, it'll be guaranteed on Thursday. We won't have to ever do what we're doing right now. But we have some holidays. It's National Founders Day for the National Park Service. I'm assuming National Park Founders. Is that what we're getting at here, Aaron?
Apparently, I don't know what list you're looking at, but the history on the National Park Service. I can't remember the president. Let me look it up here.
It's also National Park Service Day, which is huge. You know, you ever watch those the National Park documentaries on Netflix? Oh boy, those are good.
Just riveting, absolutely riveting. Quick history of the National Park Service. 1872, Act of March 1st, 1872. Congress established Yellowstone National Park and the territories of Montana, Wyoming as a public park or pleasuring ground for the benefit and enjoyment of the people, and placed it under exclusive control of the Secretary of the Interior. I'm looking for the president that did it. He like pioneered all of this. Woodrow Wilson.
Hell yeah.
Good old Woody. He was big on outdoor recreation, and like when the National Park Service was established, that is the reason why the brand Coleman still makes all that camping crap, because
yeah, best aisle in the grocery store.
Them and I think it's Coghlan's is another brand. All of that stuff. There's a massive history that we will barely graze over today, but on how like back it was 1916. So then after World War I, like stuff was like pretty let's see, after World War I, 1970. Forget what the exact date was, but there was a massive camping boom because outdoor leisure was something that was relatively inexpensive. So you had all these people, these junky cars driving around in the woods and pitching tents, which then revolutionized the camping industry in terms of the materials they were using and all that stuff, because they wanted to make it more fun for people and more comfortable, because everybody was out there in canvas tents getting rained on and getting eaten by bears. But so, and that holiday is what's the official title for the National Park holiday?
It's Founders Day, and then in parentheses National Park Service.
Well, probably some big move happened on today that they're celebrating. But
yeah, it's also Kiss and Make Up Day. So if you are in a fight with a significant other or a sibling, maybe not kiss your sibling, but National Banana Split Day, which I must say that I don't think I've ever had a banana split.
I think I have maybe once, and it's just a lot, you know. And if it's on Kiss and Make Up Day, go get a banana split, share one, because
there you go. And you did it at a national park.
Yeah, that's just a triple whammy.
It's also National Secondhand Wardrobe Day, also known as St. Vinnie's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Or
that one,
Goodwill
man.
Day, which is a staple in our lives.
There are probably 15 things in the camera shot for me alone, or within arm's reach, that are from a thrift store. I got,
yeah,
and you'll have to tune into the video on YouTube. We'll release that very soon. I got these glasses, these like collectible like hunting glasses. This one's got a grouse on it. Yeah, I got another one here with a pheasant. I got this sick vintage leather strap Plano fishing hat.
That's awesome.
Maybe we should do a giveaway or something. Get people to email us and tell us.
We have a lot of hats.
Oh yeah, dude. I have a Tupperware tote the size of this desk that is filled with them in my closet.
Mm-hmm.
So what else came from the thrift store?
I got all the twin stuff that you just bought me.
Oh yeah.
I have some clothes. Most of my hats, my Pride and Joy is my USA hat, Pride for Gold. 25-cent hat, and I think it was like $30 on eBay because it was the same year of the Dream Team for the USA men's basketball team. That was a find, probably my best find, to be honest. I love that hat, and every time I wear it, or no, it says Visions of Gold. That's what it says on the side. It's a sick hat.
Oh man, what else do I got? I got that. I found that Barstool Sports.
Oh yeah,
the
Blackjack Boys.
The Blackjack Boys jacket for like $7, and
yeah,
on there, that was the biggest flop. I thought for sure that I picked up a rare artifact that was like they only made enough for the guys on the show, and someone got a hold of one here in Michigan, and their mom threw it away into, to the Goodwill pile. because on the website that thing literally says it goes for $10,000. And I was kind of freaking out. I was like, no way this is real.
I remember you
and
called
so I
me.
started texting you. I started texting Dallas. I was like, what is the deal here? And turns out I can't even sell it for $25 on Facebook. So there is that.
It's also National Whiskey Sour Day, which I'm not gonna lie, that whiskey sours, I haven't had one in a while, but they're pretty good. I like whiskey sours.
It's a go-to for a lot of people walking into a bar. Whiskey sour is traditionally made with whiskey, lemon juice, sugar, and egg white for viscosity. But most bars, they just throw in the sour mix, splash of whiskey over an ice cube, and send you on your way. Which both are good. Both are great. But it's nice going to there's a couple of nice cocktail bars here in Grand Rapids, and one just down the street, and they have a really good, anything you want under the sun in terms of whiskey they have.
Mm-hmm.
They have like multiple $1,000 bottles of whiskey on their bar.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so it's I love mixed drinks, especially at places like those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one thing to make it yourself, but like when you actually get a solid, just a very good tasting mixed drink from a place like that, holy shit. But you are paying an arm and leg sometimes.
Yeah, just the price on that is the markup on liquor is insane. One thing speaking about drinks, this is a random side note. Werner's, I get criticized by the other members of this podcast ruthlessly over Werner's ginger ale. And it's not like that down here. Most people that I know, most of my friends, they also enjoy Werner's because it is a tried and true Michigan classic.
Yep.
But Werner's released a black cherry version of the ginger ale. And there were rumors, and I'm gonna look this up right now. There are rumors going around that they were selling people in you can only get it in the Midwest, apparently. I didn't know that Michigan didn't distribute everywhere. On eBay, apparently they were selling 2 liters for $20.
What?
So 2 liters of black cherry Werner's, 2 liters of black cherry Werner's, $35 for a 12-pack.
Oh my gosh.
I'm about to invest, dude. Rare Werner's Black Cherry Ginger Ale, original soda, 12 cans, 12-ounce cans, $35, $32.99. This guy's selling a single can for $4.75. So the price has probably come down now. Now it's $5.50 for a 2 liter. But honestly, I might just buy a few cases. I don't know what the shipping is.
Just hold on to that fucker.
Apparently that's what you need to do, because I didn't know that Werner's was so popular everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people down here love it. I know you guys are really a fan.
I don't mind Werner's.
But you guys used to roast me ruthlessly.
Yeah.
I'd pick up a Werner's from the thing. You're like, what are you, 90? I'd be eating Werner's and black licorice, which licorice.
Got a thing of Tums in your side pocket on your shirt.
Yeah. I got the coin dispenser, but it's just full of Tums.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is I don't understand why this is so crazy. They'll probably never make it again. That's probably why.
Yeah.
But the soda sitting in a can for,
because other than their sugar-free version, has there ever been another flavor of Werner's?
I don't know. I don't think so.
What a gold mine they're sitting on.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's crazy. Or maybe they just want to be unique and just have the one flavor.
Yeah.
But
I actually have a bottle in my fridge right now, and I haven't tried it yet. I bought it this morning because I saw it and I was like, oh shit, I haven't had this. So maybe I should do a live live tasting.
There you go. There you go.
Let me I'm gonna run.
So the last holiday on this Thursday, August 25th, which I guess is the last Thursday in August usually, is Thoughtful Thursday, which this whole episode, I guess, dedicated to Thoughtful Thursday on this August 25th, 2022. But hey, we had I got the Porkies Fest this weekend.
Yeah.
Right. and this is going to be my second year playing. Obviously, they didn't have it the last 2 years, which was unfortunate. But I was fortunately asked. Chris and I were asked again, but Chris can't make it, so I'm just going to be doing some shits up there, but playing in the chalet again. If you are listening, tickets aren't that expensive just for one day. Come support the homie. 1:30 on Saturday at the chalet at the Porky's Fest. I think a day pass is like $40 or something like that. But I'll be playing some new stuff, some old stuff. But I'm excited. I kind of fucked up though because I haven't played guitar in like a really long time. And I've been playing like the last couple days and my fingers are fried. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Do
gonna
you
have to let the adrenaline kick in and
Yeah.
it's
Do you
not
have
terrible, but I know that because I haven't been playing like my set through because our renter is like still living here and our walls are pretty thin, so I don't really wanna, but I'm going home on Saturday, like in the morning, so I'll be able to get like the set in a few times. But I think that, because I'm just playing like 2 songs and then stopping like every other day. So I feel like if I play it through, like those last couple songs, I'm gonna be just grunting because my fingers are just gonna be
Yeah.
falling off.
I wish I could be up there to swap you out for some lighter strings and
Yeah, well,
clean up
I just played I just restrung like maybe like a month ago, maybe
Yeah.
less, but I got light ones and I like cleaned up the fretboard and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see how
That's
that
gonna be
goes. It's
Porcupine
only
Mountains Music
it's
Fest.
only a
That's
2 days now. I don't know if it's gonna continue to be that way, but it used to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But this
yeah.
year it's Friday, Saturday, and I think they said for the foreseeable future it's going to be Friday, Saturday, which is unfortunate for them, obviously. But I wonder if, since they haven't had it in 2 years, it was a festival that people were easily able to forget about, So maybe
Yeah.
they're not doing so hot this year on ticket sales. So I wonder if they're
Yeah.
thinking like, holy shit, maybe we can't afford 3 days. Because I'd imagine that they're probably getting their money back.
To be like,
Oh, you're cutting out.
for those who don't know, I worked in the music industry. I talk about it all the time. I miss it. I love it. But my first real start, anything like music related that I like actually worked other than like DJing in high school, was at the Porcupine Mountains Music Festival. And that sent me on a path like to college where I studied music and or music business rather, and then started working professionally in the industry. And part of me wants to be the hero and call up the board or sit on the board, satellite, and help them plan and help them get with either better promoters or better. It's kind of a grassroots effort, and I think they want to limit the amount of sponsors and stuff. But if they brought in some,
I hate to interrupt, but I looked on the page and there's only like 5 or 6 sponsors.
Yeah, we got Friends of the Porkies, Porcupine Mountains, Michigan Arts and Culture Council, Y101, and The Wolf.
Really? That's
yeah.
wowzers.
So yeah, and there's a ton of people that I know that would love to go up there and play, and they just like, they're just, it's a great opportunity. It's a good setup. When the weather's nice, it's beautiful out there. But they just got to bring in more. They need more infrastructure. They need more, even down to like bathrooms and fencing and probably a third or fourth stage. They need to bring in better power. Like there's tons of these things that, yes, they don't have the money for, but if they were able to book better talent, their ticket sales would be, it's a destination. I mean, going
really,
up there.
Yes, it's a beautiful spot. They have the room. They used to have, like in its glory, they used to have 2, maybe even 3 stages out in the woods, like big stages, because they've always had the busking barn, which is just a small, like kind of like an open jam almost a little bit. But they've had 2 or 3 stages where there's main acts playing like all day. And then so right now, currently, they only have the one big stage, which is in front of the chalet. They have the busking barn, which again is kind of just like an open jam, like local talent. And then the chalet is also like a little more formal, but it's still like just local talent. So they really only have and only have had in the last like 5 years. Of course, they didn't have it the last 2 years, but since 2016, 17, I think there's only been that one big stage. And you said it, like they have the venue. It's so gorgeous out there. Of course, when it's sunny and the weather cooperates, but they have the room, they have the scenic stuff, like got the chairlifts going like all day. It's an incredible place. But like you said, I think the only thing to really make it better is, a little infrastructure, but like you said, the talent. I mean, I feel like if they got better performers, it would be a great thing.
Just one year with like the Lumineers, 1 year with Mumford and Sons, 1 year with, bring Billy Strings back. Hell, get this and these are bands that probably everybody's like, who the hell is this? But the String Cheese Incident or Humphreys McGee, big jam bands. Hell, get Dave Matthews Band out there. Like you could literally, you'd have to pay Dave Matthews Band a lot, but you would literally, the amount of tickets that you would sell as a destination. I mean, I'm talking, they got to rent out all the cabins. Silver City Motel will be booked up. Scott's everywhere in Ontonagon will be booked up. All the Airbnbs will be full, and maybe have it a little bit earlier in the year. That way camping is more feasible. It's not is going to be as cold. I don't know what you guys are getting there for temps in the dead of night.
It's been at night, it's probably like 50s. And then during the day at 70, 75 the last couple weeks. But of course it changes. It varies.
And it's something that I don't think it would, it's damn near a full-time job for somebody year round to plan this on a scale that is grander than what it is right now. But man, it's got so much potential, and there's already been so many great acts that have played there on their way up.
Because like you said, Billy Strings, like that's wild. If you don't know who Billy Strings is, look him up. He played in 2016, and that was probably just when he was getting going, and now he's fucking huge. And like you said, it'd be awesome to get him back, because I mean, you had him there to begin with, so who knows, he might be like, let's go back to my roots and go play at this, smaller festival, and that would really drive it in.
So in terms of other things going on festival related, there's a new documentary out on Netflix about Woodstock, and it's called Trainwreck Woodstock 99. Which I watched it and I thought it was very good. It doesn't really give like a lot of crazy in-depth like information as a documentary. There's a ton, and I mean an absolute ton. The whole thing is pretty much footage from Woodstock 99. Not a lot of, there's a lot, they interview people throughout, but there's not a lot of like shots, like camera shots, like just on the people they're interviewing. They're amidst the interview, they're playing footage of Woodstock, and absolute crazy festival. People talk about, there's all the great things about Woodstock, the original in 69. But there's also a lot of terrible things that happen. And it's the same with Woodstock 99. I would encourage everybody to watch it.
Yeah.
And some of the highlights were just the wardrobe. Like it's like, I'm nearing 30 here in actually like a month. But I just think about like, that was like in the 90s, going into the 2000s, like the big baggy jeans and like the K-Swiss shoes and just frosted tips on everybody, just the weirdest shaped sunglasses. It's really aging. It feels like I'm aging just by watching that, because I was like, oh, that's like, I was 7 years old when Woodstock 99 happened.
Yeah.
But it was
I haven't watched it yet. It's definitely on my watch list, and it's coming very, very soon. But I remember seeing the trailer for it, and Kid Rock was in it.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Kid Rock was there.
It was like, what up? Just like headbang and shit. Did they get into that at all? Or it was just,
dude,
showing like who played?
Just without too many spoilers, they talk about, and these are some of the things I had mentioned about what's good and bad at a festival and what you need. The infrastructure began to fail. The infrastructure paired with who was there in the crowd, meaning like it's like 16 to like 25-year-olds. A lot of them were like frat dudes. And so frat dudes with like Corn and Limp Bizkit playing equals chaos, and they found that out very soon into the festival. So it's a very interesting look into something that Woodstock 99 is actually revered as like one of the pivotal moments for specific types of music in the 90s, obviously just before the turn of the year 2000, the Y2K. And a lot of those videos still circulate online as some of the best live footage from videos from those bands in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And so it's really cool to get to see the parameters at which they were playing, and you really get a sense of what it was like to be there at Woodstock 99. And for those for the faint of heart, there is a ton of nudity in this film, so do not watch it while your kids are around. But yeah, it's I just look at some of those festival failures, and I've seen them firsthand. Obviously not at Woodstock 99, but when I worked with industry, lack of porta potties or clean porta potties, clean drinking water, lack of security falling asleep, security literally selling their t-shirt that says security on it to a concert goer so that the concert goer can go backstage.
I saw one thing that I saw, I think it was a TikTok or maybe just something on Twitter, but they were selling water bottles for like $4 a pop.
Yeah, which $4
for a water in 99. Yeah, that's wild. But then not only were they selling water for $4 a bottle, they were selling beers for $1. That also is probably, coming back to your equation, you have Corn and Limp Bizkit plus frat boys plus dollar beers.
So $4, the inflation calculator I got open here, the value of $4 from 1999 is $7.11 today. So $7 for a water bottle. And crazy. Then a little spoiler from the documentary. Eventually the stock ran so low on water bottles and food and stuff. The vendors started just price gouging. So they raised the prices. So at one point they were selling water bottles for $12.
Like in 99?
In 99, in today's money,
gosh,
$21.34 for a bottle, a single 12-ounce bottle.
Crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So holy definitely go check out. And a lot of, like, that's not I always love putting like expenditures from the past in today's dollars, because it really does give you context. And they don't mention that in the movie.
Yeah.
But like, people are, like, oh wow, $4 is a lot, but in 1999, that's a lot of money. Yeah,
I mean, I was just listening to the Dan Patrick show, and they were running down like the most expensive beers at like baseball and football fields and stuff. Like the average is like $6 or $7 for a beer for like a 12-ounce or 14-ounce, like whether the sizes differ, and that's for a beer. So like waters at like a baseball and football game are like $3 or $4, and that's at a football game and not an outdoor concert with thousands and thousands of people just like smashing into each other when the sun is shining down on you. I mean, that's wild. And I think it was at one point $21 for a ball. That's just wild. Holy fuck.
Oh man, I can't even fathom that. And I've been to venues where stuff's expensive, mixed drinks or beers are $10. I've seen it, down here in Grand Rapids, but just thinking back then, like your 16-year-old kid goes to a music festival filled with drugs and nudity and violence and here's
Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Another documentary that everyone should check out on Netflix that just came out last week is the story of Manti Te'o. I don't know if you saw that, Aaron.
I saw the preview and I knew nothing about the story, but the preview like drew me in. I have to watch it.
I'm not gonna ruin anything because the story is incredible, and it does tell you like in the first 10 seconds pretty much the gist of it, but it is so good. Like I knew that was really when I was like starting to like football a lot. I think it was like my sophomore year, and I was hanging out with like Nick and his friends, and they were huge into college football and the NFL. And so I knew the story while it was happening in real time back in 2012 or 13. I forgot when it was, 2011, one of those years, but it's incredible. And the documentary is fantastic. So if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix, it's a two-part series, and they're both episodes are an hour long, but it's incredible. Holy shit. It's a great story, but a very sad story as well.
And then go watch the second episode of Hard Knocks with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, well, third came out.
Oh, was the third
yesterday or 2 days ago? Yeah, the third came out yesterday.
I haven't caught up, dude. I need to go do that right now.
Yeah,
but not before I crack right now on my screen. I have eBay open. Rare black cherry Werner's 20-ounce plastic bottle, ginger ale soda pop, limited, $16.
Wait, so you have one?
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I must have missed that.
They sell. Yeah, I said I have one in my fridge and I have one to try it on. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried it at all.
I thought you said you were going to try, like in the future, you're gonna buy one. No, where'd you get it from?
Just a gas station. It's like, yeah, it's $1.79.
Oh my god, what? You can just buy it at the store for $1.79?
Yeah. And this guy's got it on eBay for $16. There's another one for $10. 2 liter for $18.
Oh my gosh, dude! I'd go buy
2 liter for
the gas station up.
I know. I just don't want to ship them all over the country or to Japan or wherever.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be so.
Buy them.
That's gonna be so crispy.
Are
you gonna save it or are you gonna pop it right now?
No, I'm popping it on air, dude.
Let's
I can
go
go down and buy 10 of these. So
shout out to the YouTube Failure at its Finest Hour on YouTube to watch the visuals.
You'll see me.
Oh, that's gonna be so crispy.
Get one step closer to diabetes. So 65 carbohydrates, 64 grams of sugar in the whole bottle. Oof. So here we go.
Oh yeah, that thing's gonna.
It's very clear. It's not very. It's like it's red, but it's not like like black cherry, like you can't see.
Yeah,
through it,
right.
Here we go.
Smell. What does it smell like?
It smells like Werner's.
Okay.
I can hardly smell the black cherry. Maybe a little bit. It smells like a sweeter Werner's for sure. But 64 grams of sugar, I would friggin' hope it would smell like sugar. But yeah, no caffeine. Bottled by Dr. Pepper. All right, here we go. I hope you didn't just hear me swallowing that through my AirPods.
That's all right.
It definitely doesn't have the ginger like Werner's bite.
Yeah,
that like stinging in the back of your throat that everybody
makes
loves.
Your fucking mouth bleed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Werner's is probably one of the most carbonated sodas on the planet Earth.
Yeah,
drinking these bubbles are like razor blades, especially when there's ginger in them. But yeah, I would say it's good. It's a little too sugary for sure, but
really,
it's pretty sugary anyways.
Yeah,
it's just like. But I'm gonna probably mix it up with some.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Some hooch I got out there to cut some of the. I got some rye whiskey out there. I'll probably pour a cocktail once this is over, and maybe I'll put a picture out on the Twitter for tomorrow.
Yeah, do a mixing, like mix it up on video, and then taste it. Oh man, I want to try that now. It looks really good, like with the Werner's logo and like.
Yeah, you can probably get it. You can probably get it, and it's got this like the little Werner's guy.
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam. I don't know what the hell is. I don't know what is if they have their mascot has a name. Maybe it's Vernon or something. Anyways, go out and get Werner's and sell it on eBay. Drink Werner's, sell it on eBay for sure.
Yeah, $10 a pop for one of those, but go down to your local gas station and get it for $1.79.
Yeah,
that's incredible. That is incredible. I wonder why people are selling it for. So I mean, I must have. What you were telling me earlier must have just flew right over my head because I missed you saying that you had one. I thought you said you were going to get one because I thought that they weren't actually selling them in stores and like people got them early or something and they were selling them for like $10 on eBay, but that is ridiculous. No. Damn, I might get one now.
And I actually have a 2 liter of Werner's, regular Werner's, in my fridge right now too. So it's like I could AB them with or without whiskey.
Hey, there you go. Mix those two together, and that creates the perfect combination.
Yeah, a little more bite.
That is hilarious.
It's just so weird though, because Werner's, I guess, is like it. I think they probably sell it in Wisconsin. I imagine it's like just Midwest. Maybe it's only Michigan they distribute. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I'm sure I could Google it, but that seems like a lot of work for right now. But it just doesn't. Apparently, it's valuable enough to people that either probably are from Michigan that moved out to like California. And they got to eat tree bark and salt water because California is awful.
Yeah.
But apparently it's in high demand. So
That is
if you want a quick flip, folks, go buy some cherry Werners.
Honestly, it's a good side gig for the next few months once the demand is, or the supply is up there. Well, I think that's going to do it for episode 18. Hopefully 19 brings the gang together. Again, we got crazy schedules. I'm probably going to bring my rig with me and record after my show on Saturday. Get you guys revved up for Tuesday. But if you do, I know our Twitter is very, it's pretty quiet. But if you have a suggestion on whether or not you would rather have the episodes come out on Tuesday or Thursday, let us know. Because we want to give you the best experience and also give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room if we do have situations like we've had the last couple weeks. And in honor of me playing at the Porky's Fest, after you hear our outro song, I'm going to be throwing my one of my songs at the end just for shits and giggles. And I will be suing this podcast.
Copyright infringement.
Oh my God. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Episode 18 of Failure at its Finest Hour. Follow us on Twitter at FAF Hour. Love you guys.
Peace. Dude, I turned.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
I saw a dude. There was a dude ripping fucking pills in the back room one time.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
Oh yeah, side story. Remember when we drug all the equipment out of the basketball court behind that place and blew the lid off the town?
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
Penguin! It was Penguin! Nice! Another perfect round.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
Distinctively remember getting thrown to the ground when that first one blew up.
Thanks for listening.